Los Angeles Chargers are quietly one game behind the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC West, but they have a tall task this week on Sunday Night Football against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game was originally set to be a 1 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff, but the NFL opted to flex this game into the Sunday Night Football time slot on NBC. Though it may be colder at 8 p.m. as opposed to 1 p.m., the start time for this game is more like what the Chargers are used to. Pittsburgh is a 3.5-point favorite with a total at 51.5 points for Sunday night's game. The total has come down from 52.5, but the side is right around where it opened. This season, the Chargers actually appear to be exceeding expectations. With 5 games left, the Chargers are 8-3 straight up and 6-5 against the spread. They are also 6-5 to the over. The Chargers badly outgained Kansas City and Denver in 2 of their 3 losses, but were -2 in turnover margin in both games. We could very well be looking at a 10-1 Chargers team this season going into Week 13 if they had avoided the turnovers. It is a good thing that Philip Rivers is having a career year, because the Chargers are going to be without the services of Melvin Gordon for the next few weeks. Gordon is rushed for 5.2 yards per carry on the season and also has 44 receptions out of the backfield, but he is out with a sprained MCL, which means a lot more work for Austin Eckler. Eckler actually has 5.8 yards per carry and more yards per touch than Gordon, but Gordon has 13 touchdowns and 95 more touches. Philip Rivers may need to use his wide receivers more. Keenan Allen has 69 catches for 848 yards, but no other receiver has more than 28 catches. The Chargers' offense has averaged 6.8 yards per play, but Rivers, who has completed 69.5% of his passes with a 26-6 touchdown-interception ratio, may need to throw downfield more without Gordon. Gus Bradley has done a phenomenal job coaching up this defense in the face of injuries, but luckily Joey Bosa just returned to the lineup 2 games ago. Denzel Perryman is out for the season, and now run stopper Brandon Mabane is on the shelf along with Jason Verrett and Jalen Watkins, who were 2 early losses in the secondary. One of the big red zone success stories this season is the Pittsburgh Steelers, who rank 2nd in touchdown percentage in the red zone, which is a big reason why the team is 7-3 straight up and 6-4-1 against the spread. The Steelers are one of the many teams that are right around 500 on totals this season, as they are 6-5 to the over. The Steelers probably deserved a better fate in Week 12 when they outgained Denver 527 to 308, but lost the turnover battle 4-0, and that's the recipe for a loss. Turnovers have been a bit of a problem for Ben Roethlisberger this season. He's thrown 12 interceptions to go along with his 24 touchdowns. He's only been sacked 16 times, so he's had time to throw, but he hasn't been as smart with the football as we've seen in past years. Le'Veon Bell's gamble may not have paid off because of the play of James Conner, who has over 1,300 yards from scrimmage this season and 11 touchdowns. Antonio Brown also has 11 touchdowns on his 71 catches. Juju Smith-Schuster actually leads the team in receptions and would be the first Steeler not named Antonio Brown to do that since Heath Miller in 2012. The Pittsburgh offense may not be as potent or as efficient as we've seen in the past, but this defense is significantly better than recent versions. The Steelers are 4th in yards per play allowed and lead the league in sacks with 39. Pittsburgh has only forced 12 turnovers and is actually -7 as a team in turnover margin. The Steelers' secondary plays well in coverage, but has had a hard time generating turnovers even with the pass rush. That seems like a problem against a guy like Phil Rivers, who tied an NFL record with 25 consecutive completions last week. This pick is conditional on the weather, as it would certainly help the Chargers to be able to play with somewhat decent conditions. Early forecasts show temperatures in the upper 40s and maybe some sprinkles. Wind, snow, or sleet would be bad. This line suggests a lot, as the Steelers should be getting about 3.5 for home field advantage in a primetime game against a team with long travel. That would make this line about a pick'em on a neutral field, and that says a whole lot about where the Chargers are. Maybe there's some East Coast bias in play, but there aren't a lot of words being said about the Chargers in this game. Even with Melvin Gordon on the sidelines, this line looks low, which means that the Chargers are probably the right side. The Chargers are 4-3 straight up and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games on the road against the AFC North, and many of those games came in far chillier weather. So we'll take the Sunday Night Football upset with the LA Chargers to win both straight up and against the spread, And look for this game to have a lot of points in primetime and go over the total of 51.5. For more information and statistics on this event and every other sporting event this week, check out bangthebook.com. Bang the Book is your best resource for sports betting information before you make your weekly assault on the sports books.